Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to my channel, Caitlin Nurturing Light and Life. And I'm here. I'm here today to talk to you about something that a lot of women think is crazy and a lot of women think is empowering and awesome. And that is, excuse my crooked glasses, and that is natural birth. Why on earth would you give birth naturally if you can get an epidural? Great question. Great question. I wanted to talk today about some books that you can read that will help inspire and empower you to do that. And I can talk from my own experience. I can share why I did it. I can share why I think it is a good idea. I can share why I think it's empowering and inspiring. I know not everybody's going to agree with me, and I know that we all have different experiences. However, for the amount of people that this might not resonate with, there will be a great number of people that this will resonate with. So, thus we continue. So, natural birth, why do you want to do it? I think it feels like nothing you've ever experienced before. It's euphoric. It is crammed with hormones. It's crammed with power. It's crammed with enlightenment and memories and strength. And it just transcends anything. And once you get over the fear part, a lot of these books talk about fear and how that's like the worst thing you can have when it comes to childbirth. The more fearful you are. So anyways, once you do away with fear and you learn to control the mind, that's not going to be as scary. So the first book I want to talk about is Hypnobirthing. I'm pregnant with my fourth child, so this was what I used for my first my second. Let's go in order. Well, this is okay. So I used hypnobirthing with my second, and I think I looked through briefly what to expect when you were expecting with my first, which very, very, very generic, very blah, kind of unempowering, very. I wasn't inspired to have a baby after reading that, we'll say. But it was pretty cut and dry. This will happen, but. So this was my second one. This one was good. Hypnobirthing helped me a lot. It talks about controlling the mind. It talks about relaxing and breathing and letting the experience happen. And it talks about positive words. It also has a lot of good birth stories. I think that's really important to fill our minds with positive birth stories. And that way, when you go into it, you know, okay, other women have done this. I love to think of the way animals do it too. Like a tiger, a mother tiger. If you go on YouTube and you look at videos like a mother tiger having twins, what does she do? She goes into a quiet spot. She lays down. Dark, quiet. She just lays there. She just lays there and has her baby. Babies. Twins. So, a lot of people, again, I think we can learn a lot from the animals that way. And that's what I've read too. A lot of people have said that. This one was good. Hypnobirthing, I would recommend it. It teaches you to breathe and just be more strong. I love listening to Tai Lopez. He talks about how as a nation is born stoic and dies Epicurean. And, do things that toughen you up. My goodness, our society. Myself, I'll talk about myself. I think there is something to be said for doing hard things. And this is what he says, he says, take a cold shower. He says, do something hard. Do something that wakes you up and makes you feel alive. And I love that. And that's birth to me. It's like, have a baby and have it unmedicated because it feels incredible and it's empowering. It's cool. Like, why not? You're not going to die. Are you going to die? No, you'll probably become stronger. You have stronger memories. You have great bonds. Yeah, I know. However you have a baby is great. However you get there is great. But if you can and you have a choice and nothing's going wrong, I think the medication is there if something goes wrong. 95% of women have a perfectly normal birth and they don't need any kind of intervention. But they get scared and they get fearful. Ah, my goodness, I can't do it. You can do it. Breathe. Have faith. It'll be fine. Second book I want to talk about, this one is called Natural Childbirth the Bradley Way. Not my favorite, but still informative. It talks about, again, a lot of the medical stuff, which is can be necessary and important. And at the same time, for my liking, it didn't cover enough of like the spiritual. Sorry about my glasses. I'm getting new ones soon, so they're broken. Talked a lot about, it didn't talk as much as about like the spiritual, emotional side of birth, which is what I love. But it still gave you a lot of info for your coach, which would be your husband. Talks about the stages of labor, different positions you can get into to get comfortable. It talks about, of course, nutrition. I mean, they cover everything. So, how to diffuse fear by understanding all the aspects of labor, how to involve your partner, what's driving the induction epidemic, and how to avoid unnecessary induction. I think it's so important for women to go in informed and just be curious about your body. What's happening? What's going on with your uterus? What's dilation mean? What does a face mean? What does all this mean? Does it really matter if you're dilated to a 10? That's something that's important to know. So all of these things, yeah, get curious. You're having a baby. You're growing a human. Especially if you get to have the privilege of staying at home, being those children's teacher, nurturing, growing them, creating a home and an environment where they can grow. This is you. This is your creation. This is your child. This is your life. I mean, it's cool. It's really cool if you open your eyes to what it is. Favorite one so far. Not quite done with it, but this is called The Gift of Giving Life by a group of people. This is Rediscovering the Divine Nature of Pregnancy and Birth by Felice Austin and a handful of other people. I can already tell it's a good one. Probably my top. Again, covering like the emotional, spiritual side of birth, which is huge. It's huge. It talks about, I mean, taking a biblical view about Eve and what she did and the hero that she is and the respect and reverence we should really give her. And again, it has birth stories. So yeah, I'm not quite done with it, but gosh, I know it's going to be good. So inspiring stories, listening to people talk about birth. I'm going to go ahead and share my 3 birth experiences on different videos because they're going to be kind of long, but I've loved the memories that natural birth has created. I've loved I don't really know what people think. Like, what do you guys think about women who well, actually, I do. I have heard some of the comments about the women that give birth naturally, because it's like, I don't know, who would want to feel that? It's like, and I'm sitting here like, why would you want to feel that? Like, it's a birth, and it's not that bad. Okay, so another inspiring thing that I tell women who are interested in doing the natural birth thing, okay, is the, look them up. They're called the Shaolin monks, and they're a group of people that live in the Eastern Hemisphere, and they study and practice the art of meditation and chi and energy and controlling the mind, and how powerful it really is. And these guys do some crazy things. I mean, at very young age, they're hanging from their necks for several hours at a time. I'm not suggesting you do that, but I'm putting this into perspective. Like, your body is capable of handling some intense things. And I know we all see things so differently, and that sometimes cracks me up too, because some things are so clear to me. It's like, how does nobody else see this? But I'm sure people think that about the way I see things as well too. So it is what it is. So these Shaolin monks, though, they're so trained in empowering their minds and thinking about just having the control. You know what I mean? Like being in control of their thoughts and their minds. So I'm gonna share three more parts to this series video of my birthing experiences, starting with my oldest down to my youngest, and share with you some of my feelings, some of my experiences, some of my journey and preparation, how different they all were, what I did to prepare myself physically, mentally, and emotionally for it. And I'd love to know your questions. Do you have any questions about natural birth? I'd love to answer any questions that you might have, because I am pregnant with a fourth and we are planning on doing natural again. So thanks for watching. Take care.